Avengers Infinity War right around the corner. Stay tuned for my coverage of Infinity Gauntlet. This is issue number 3. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to continue my Avengers Infinity War countdown event. That's right, guys, and by celebrating this countdown to the movie, I'm covering Infinity Gauntlet. That's right, fans, and we are currently on issue number 3. Now, if you're just tuning into this series for the very first time, I'll leave a playlist up top, and you can check out the other 2 parts on what I thought of the first 2 issues of Infinity Gauntlet. I'm really interested to see, in rereading this story, on what similarities and differences that they're going to throw in the comic and in the movie, and see, the differences and stuff like that. So let's talk about Infinity Gauntlet issue number 3. Jim Starlin is the writer. We wind up getting George Perez as the artwork. Obviously, they do this story throughout, and the artwork, once again, is absolutely brilliant by George Perez. He goes into great detail in making his monuments or structures. The wording is very nice, as he puts a lot of detail in the opening page here where it says Thanos, as it's a whole bunch of Earths all put together. The characters are in great detail, which is really nice. The only thing that I found a little bit weird in certain instances when it comes to the coloring might be off in certain places where they forgot to color in a person's body or something like that. But you've seen that a lot in older comics. But besides that, facial expressions are good. Great book. So let's talk about issue number 3. Okay. In the last issue, we got to see the rise of Adam Warlock, and you get to see a little bit of what he does, and we get to see how he is putting the pieces together to prepare a war for Thanos. So here, this issue opens up as Thanos is still thriving from that affection from death, and he can't get it, and he doesn't know what to do to get that affection and that approval from her. And after Thanos had his little temper tantrum in the last issue and created this force wave that creates all these earthquakes and tidal waves and all these things on Earth, we wound up finding out that Nick Fury and the Doctor wound up coming together, and when they found out that that force was so strong that it knocked Earth off its orbit, and it's slowly drifting away from the sun. So that's what's causing really all these continuations of these weather phenomenons. And even in this issue, as you see further, you wind up seeing that winter is pretty much taking place in May, being that the Earth is slowly drifting away from sun. So it's really getting colder and colder out. This issue has a lot of talking heads, though, in it. There's not much that really happens in this particular issue. We get to see Adam Warlock put his battle pieces in play, I guess. He's positioning his pieces for war. And we get to see all the people that he actually goes and recruits in this particular issue. We wind up seeing people like Black Widow gets recruited. We see that Stephen Strange opens the porthole for all the heroes to come through, like Iron Man. We wind up seeing Spider-Man coming through here. Wolverine. We get to see Drax. Drax looks completely different compared to the way he looks now. Fire-Lord, Nova, Namor. We wind up seeing Cloak coming in here. Cyclops comes in here. Scarlet Witch. And the Hulk has a little bit of reserve, but the way they do it is just like, the Avengers turned his back so long on him, and he's not going to join us. And then Captain America says, we'll be willing to, you're reformed, Hulk, and, we'll make you like the founding members once again. And he's like, okay. It was like no convincing whatsoever. And you're like, all right, that's fine. Why even throw that little conflict in here? And I felt like there was a lot of panel time that was wasted in here with, just a lot of gibberish of back and forth between Captain America and Doctor Doom with them, and with this countless bantering with each other about, I want to be in charge, and he's like, well, I don't think you'll be in charge, Doctor Doom, because Adam Strange is the best Warlock is the best one suited for this job. And it's just a lot of wasted time in this particular issue. This is like the slow before the action happens, the calm before the storm, right? And we get to see Adam Warlock, how he goes for approval for all the cosmic beings like the Watcher, Galactus, the Celestials. We get to see all those people, and some of them get his side and some of them don't. Again, he's gathering all his troops, getting ready for battle here. And as we get to see the issue progress towards the end of the book, we wind up seeing more banter between Iron Man and Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom just causes all this trouble, and it's just really I felt like a time waster in this particular issue. And as the issue comes to a close, we wind up seeing Adam Warlock. He makes his speech towards Hulk and Wolverine, saying that these guys are different from the rest, and if it comes time to actually make a kill, these guys are the ones that can possibly do it. And finally, by the time we really get towards the end of this book, we wind up seeing Thanos. He goes all out this time, and he tries to make Death jealous by creating his own little girlfriend from the Infinity Gems called Taraxia. But at the end of the day, she doesn't really get jealous. She just walks away, and you can see the look in Thanos' eye, and he's kind of like, that doesn't even, bat an emotion from her. So at the very last page, we wind up seeing Adam Warlock and Stephen Strange sending all the troops into battle, and we wind up seeing all the troops wind up making their approach to Thanos' little monuments there. And that's basically how the issue ends. So what do I think of issue 3 of the Infinity Gauntlet? This was the weakest out of the 3 that I've read so far and that I remember. This is the one that's just kind of wasting time. It was like, why did we need 40 pages of Adam Warlock really gathering these troops? We know who Iron Man is. We know who Spider-Man is. And I get it's for strategic reasons and to really dive deep into the story, I guess. But it really wasn't needed all this long. This was an issue that could have been condensed into one issue. We get to see him recruit his people. We get to see the battle start. And that would have been really a lot of fun. But there was too much, jibber-jabber going wrong. Pointless banter. A lot of talk. So at the end of the day, I gotta give issue 3 only a 3 out of 5 stars. So I'm quite disappointed with this issue. But hopefully the action ramps up in issues 4, and we'll see where the book goes from there. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of the Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 3. Are you still a fan of this series? Did you check out at issue 3 and maybe not continue to read it? A lot of people haven't read this series yet. Maybe younger viewers or whatnot, but give me all those thoughts below. So fans, as always, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button. And fans, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next comic book review. Take care, fans. Bye.